barely scraping by. Oh, what does this say?
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master story. Teller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you. Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate it.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town. Regarding the Vermundian military, yes. Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a night as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shape.
I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings.
Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain, should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
I know every face. Not selling.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a knight as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach.
What are you doing? We've not been given leave to rest yet.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
Stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain, should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale.
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
The decision of which task to prioritise is the Arisen's to make.
Greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a knight as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach, the better to know. Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain, should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Oh, good to see everyone in such fine spirits.
I'm in fine feather today. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
I might nod off if I'm not careful.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
How I like it. Well met, sir.
I'll take any chance not on my trouble.
This isn't much to go on. This isn't much to go on.
Even the grave.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a
Somehow
baker.
my feet always carry me.
I don't know what to do.
I'm in fine fetters today.
I don't know what to do.
Time to be heading home.
I don't know what to do.
If he asks me again, I'll claw out his eyes.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I can't go on like this.
Got to crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
Got more soil on me than an unwashed potato.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard anyhow. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The Arisen takes the crown here in Vermont, after all. Befell a Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer. Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it another time.
Show your appreciation?
Might not seem like much, but it tastes a treat. Not much going on hereabout. Even after a day of rest.
All that fuss and nary a coin
I wish
show
to
for.
astound, not merely please.
Not my kind of place, this.
Dum, di-da.
If I sleep on my woes, may
Can't remember the last time my pockets jingled.
I've a book I ought to be getting back to.
Got to think
It's been a
about
hard
what's
day.
in season.
Ain't gonna make any coin here.
Oh, this won't do. I'm in no fit state to perform.
Time to be
Suppose
heading
I'd best be
Can't
heading
remember
home.
the last time I had a
Wonder how
proper
long
meal.
this job's supposed to last.
Not many rumours to be had around here.
A hard day's work is its own reward.
It's been a hard day.
Life's
Ain't
been
gonna make
pretty
any coin
kind
here.
to me, come to think of it.
A hard day's work is its own reward.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
Time to be heading home.
Suppose I'd best be heading home.
Stock up on the basics. Flour, salt, fats.
This is it. This is my moment. I mustn't falter.
Perhaps a stroll through town. See what I can find.
Any
Life's
loose
been pretty
coin about,
kind to
enough
me.
to make me rich.
Not my kind of place, this.
Only fools walk into peril unprepared. I'm off.
Mayhap I ought to be getting home.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away. I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
What to make of
I
this?
a book I ought to be getting back to.
Carry a coin to show for.
I'm ill at ease here.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away. If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
Only fools walk into peril unprepared.
One of
I'm
these
off.
days I'll buy myself a manor.
Mayhap I ought to be getting home.
Got to think about what's been said.
I pity those content to live in
Ain't gonna make
idleness.
any coin here.
I suppose I'd best be heading home. I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
I'm aching
hard
for a
day's work,
fight.
is it too?
Time to be
Must
heading.
have taken a wrong turn, son.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Any loose coin about, enough to make me rich.
Unless I am much mistaken. We have cause to visit a place not far from here.
We might kill two birds with one stone, or focus on our current objective. Both choices have merit.
What should I do?
Reckon I'd spend my life here if I could.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
By your leave, Arisen.
I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings.
stay out of everybody's way. This place always puts me at ease. Fine spot to take my mind off my troubles.
I just know it.
Lots to do, and precious little time.
Why, you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening.
Interested in my wares?
Are you here for my life in?
I like to come here when I'm in the
Sometimes I wonder if I'm...
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labour? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and who better to make it plain for us than Albert himself? I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not. I have no intention of causing a fuss.
to see you. Those garments you gave me had a marked effect. Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily e'er since. I ne'er thought I'd see the day. To be frank, I've not the slightest interest in the man, but he can surely benefit this city much more by performing an honest duty than by begging on the streets. In short, you've done us all a service. Pray, allow me to show my appreciation.